It's Week 3 of the National Football League. And all eyes are on Jameson Williams. He's coming off one of his biggest games in both yards and touchdowns last week. It's the Oilers and the Commanders coming up next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Oilers taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, it's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. But you look at this defense. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Howell. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Jack Campbell gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fielded at the 33. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
That strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. He'll take this to the 46. The numbers for Gibbs from last week: 20 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. play action. Ortiz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the left. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Off the play fake. Ortiz. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Ortiz now. Off play action. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now we'll get a timeout as they tend to an injured player, and looks like that's their receiver, Christian Watson. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Oilers are on the board first here this afternoon. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need. Here victorious.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Howell from the gun. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now they'll change things up. Here's Ortiz off the play fake. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. From the 43, here's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Ortiz. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball... Now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge.
Play is under review.
And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
After review of the play, Ruling on the field stands.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Now Ortiz to throw on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a big 32-yard play on third.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Ortiz. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. Saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Washington offense set to take over again. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action. It's Howell. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Nolan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now they'll audible to something else. They go play action here on 1st down. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw is Ortiz. Off play action. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Still 2nd down.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Off play action. Ortiz. That is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. They went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Ortiz off the play fake. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. And we will skip the highlights show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And this offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the 1st half.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Off the option, here's Gibbs. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Williams, the man in motion left. They'll go again with Gibbs. Credit him with a 1 yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete to Laporta. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Ortiz now, off play action. Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Isaiah Simmons came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Throwing here, Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Howell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Howell down to throw it. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. An injury going to pause the game here, and it looks like it's Terry McLaurin who's in some discomfort. Not sure what happened. Hopefully this is nothing major. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Howell's throw taken in by Rucker. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the commanders jumped.
Ball start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Now Howell. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. So they'll he'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Third and 2. Operating from the gun, Ortiz. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Ortiz throwing on 4th down, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out, and Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
Give him 30 yards there. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Cole Turner, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Houston set to take over. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Ortiz. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now Ortiz looking to throw on 2nd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make.
And the defense, they get to Howell. Will go down here. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. 50 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. Out of the air on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Nolan Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They'll come up now on 2nd down. A give left side to Robinson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Caught on the right side by Adams. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 13-10, 1:46 to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Still going. Touchdown, Houston. Jamison Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Oilers use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. And what a throw that was, Charles. You think about the situation, close game, fourth quarter, rookie quarterback. He doesn't seem phased one bit.
So much for bright lights, big city, and will he wilt? Not at all. The stage not too big, the moment not too big at all. They needed points on that series, and not only did he produce a touchdown drive, but how about finishing it off with a big play that only adds to the momentum that they've already established.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Commanders 13. Jack Fox set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now it's Washington's turn, trailing by 4. A little over a minute and a half remaining. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Howell. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Houston's offense taking over again. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done.
There he goes, left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Zonovan Knight, 29 yards. And the Oilers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Lots will look to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And the Washington offense heading out. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
He finds his man complete. That's Terry. All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They prefer to use him on the defensive end. But here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. 4th down, Howell, desperation time. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Brian Branch with it, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, and I I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Ortiz. Williams brings it in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. Looking for that one final first down. They got it and then some. And if they play things right from here on out, that should just about assure them a victory.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Robbie Chosen from 13 yards out. And the Oilers tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Lutt's good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Commanders 13. Jack Fox set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Howell with one final shot. Ruckert hauling it in on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a